I think after watching so much professional Call of Duty, realizing that, okay, my strategy of just running in and going crazy is not going to work all the time. And in fact, it's going to cost a lot more times than it is going to work out. That's why like some of the best players in the world who are those cracked subs, that's why they're so good, because they're the opposite of that. They play like that all the time, but the chances of them winning and making big plays is like 90%. Where us, it's like 25%.
Yeah.
You can't bank on that.
There is a right way to play like that. But again, there's a reason why those guys are pros and we're not.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 156 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
Hell yeah, dude.
Back in the usual spot.
Yes, sir.
It's been a month
dude.
Since we've been back in this spot.
I know.
Back
it felt
to
weird.
The normal schedule.
Yeah, it was weird coming in. I'm just like, oh, dude, here we go again. It's been a while. Like, we've just been doing so many online ones because we had to prep for the major, which we did for, we did that for 155. That was like our whole review on the major, which we did at the hotel. So we've just been all over the place. So now coming back to like the normal digs, it's good. It feels right, you know? Yeah, I don't like doing the episodes like all over the place. I'd rather just be consistently like, yeah, we stay here. This is our spot, you know? So no, it's good. But yeah, man, this is our first one back from the major too, which is a fleeting memory at this point.
Yeah, it's weird. The major was last week, right? Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week.
Yeah,
it was last week.
Yeah, we got back from the major last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like the time has just been so weird in my brain. The past month.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a mix.
No, same here. It's been very weird. It feels like the major was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, you know, just with the amount of stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just that week ago. And it's sad. I wish we could go back and do it all over again because, I mean, like we talked about in our 155 episode, which if you haven't already, go check that out. Like, I live for that stuff. I love that experience. I love hanging with you and like, you know, other friends out of there too. And we're just, you know, having food and drinks and watching Call of Duty. It's the best moment. It's not the best for the bank account.
Yeah, it's fine.
that's the price you pay.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you got to do. You got to live a little.
Yeah, I mean, it was 4 days of just COD.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's so funny because people like I got back from work or I went to work. I'm sure people asked you like, oh, what do you do? Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
Told them, they're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like they just don't understand, and I always tell them that you need to experience, if you really want to experience what esports is like, you just need to go to an event and attend one instead of just saying, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
My team, they all understand that I'm super into video games and they respect it. They just don't understand why people go to these events. And I told them, you just need to go to understand because it's so much fun. Yeah. They've said like, oh, what about these like, you know, gamer stereotypes? There's plenty of that. Trust me, plenty of that at the venue. But you know, most people that we meet there are all just cool people. Like we're all there watching Call of Duty for one thing, and it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same thing too. I was showing a lot of photos and videos of it, and the videos of the guys walking out and just like the photos that we'd had of the venue, which we post on our socials, they were like, oh man, this is like really legit. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, like this is a big deal, you know, this is their whole career. So I had to explain that to a few people. They're like, is this their hobby? I'm like, yeah, they're getting paid pretty well for their hobby right now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, a few of them, when I showed them the winning moments, they were like, man, dude, that's crazy. They're like, so this team won? I'm like, oh yeah. And I showed them a video I had of Carolina Ravens when they won and Clay. Like I got a good shot of him like standing up, like just talking smack. And they were laughing at that. They're like, who's that guy? And I'm like, dude, let me sit you down.
yeah.
Like, let me tell you a story about this guy.
Yeah. It's so funny. I got like a bunch of sick pictures and I posted them like on socials and stuff. So if you want to go check those out, at the COD Casuals on everything.
Yeah.
But it was just a wild event. It was really cool. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, me either, man. And I love too, like the post part. I mean, of course, like it sucks when you have to leave, but I feel like when we came back to Call of Duty after playing, we were so much better.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a very weird thing. Most of the time, like most of you know, if you don't play COD for a little bit, you're worse at it. Like your hands suck and all that. But this, it's weird because we weren't playing for 4 or 5 days, but we're constantly in Call of Duty mode. So then when we come back, it's just like we just translate everything that the pros had done right to the game. I'm like, dude, we are on another level here.
Oh yeah,
You know?
your brain's just thinking, absorbing everything.
Yeah.
When you're at the major, if you're not drinking too much, but
which a few people they went way too hard.
They definitely did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Like we came back though, and I remember we played ranked, and we're on the new patch. So they played on the old patch. And a couple of the hard points changed. I'm like, where are these hard points?
I know,
this
right?
is not what we were watching.
Yeah.
And it was a little weird, but same concepts like apply. It was just spawns and hard points were different.
Do you like the new patch over the old patch?
Some of the hard points are wonky, for sure, but the spawns aren't that bad. I don't think the split spawns are kind of hard to predict if you're not playing with 2 other people, at least a 4-stack. But overall, I don't think it did that much.
Now, I don't think it's honestly like that bad, but I think the worst map in ranked right now is definitely Terminal. Like those spawns are, you can't deal with them. The split spawns on that and just trying to be able to predict as to what's going on, it's ridiculous. And I think that got worse.
Yeah, that definitely did. Like you have to be hyper aware predicting split spawns. Like for example, if you spawn security and you were on like P2 by the flowers, like back glass area, bottom eskies, if your team's there and you all of a sudden spawn back security, you have to expect someone else is with you.
Yeah,
you have to. And what I've been doing lately is if I spawn on the other side on like any map, especially if I don't know the spawn, if I spawn on the other side where my teammates are, I don't immediately think it's a flip because it's most likely not a flip. It's probably a split spawn. And I'll move up a little bit and then tuck myself in a corner where I can watch like where I spawn from.
Yeah.
Because most likely, if your teammates get a kill or something on the other side of the map, the enemy will spawn right where you were. And I usually just sit and wait for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel that way with when I'm spawning back security because there's so many times where I just spawn up and then I run out and I instantly die and I'm completely mind blown. And then I watch the kill cam because now those are in.
Yeah,
thank God.
finally.
Yeah, which I was like, when that first happened, I was like, man, like, are there supposed to be kill cams in these? But then like I would load in and I'm like, dude, this guy literally just spawned right next to me in back security there. Which I don't know. I'm sure there's some way that you can predict that.
There definitely is. It's so hard because you have to communicate.
Right.
It's constant communication.
Right. And watching the feed to see like how many people are still up or like who died and where you spawned.
And it shouldn't be like that. I'm not justifying it, but there definitely is a way to know when a split spawn happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, the pros
have figured that out.
They figure it out, but they still die to it too.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the heat of the moment, you have to think clearly, but also it's not just you, it's your 3 other teammates.
Yeah.
They have to call it out.
Yeah.
Like if you spawn on the other side, I've been trying not to say like, oh, I completely flipped because the 3 of you are still over there. There's no way I should be spawning on the other side of the map.
Right.
I should be spawning like diagonal.
Right.
Relatively close.
Yeah, and that's definitely like they're like instant pinch spawns or like revenge spawns kind of, where you just, the whole team is on one side and they're expecting them to spawn there because of just logic, from other Call of Duty. So it's so hard to be able to predict that. But then that's the moment where you can go and get those, free kills or get maybe a 2-piece off the hill, which I've definitely used it to my advantage. And it's definitely been used against us where, like on a hill, there's a lot of lanes to cover, and I'm like, okay, they're definitely not going to hit this way. And then, sure enough, 1 or 2 guys push through there. I think it's really frustrating. I don't know how much of a fix that is, but I've heard talks. Like we'll get into it a little bit later, but with this new map that's going to be releasing in season 2, and then the map 2 that we had, which we haven't played much of, Rio.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played a ton of that map, but I'm hearing a lot of people on the pro side, they're talking about getting rid of this map in competitive, and for us too, like in ranked play, everybody, getting terminal out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what did I
replacing
say?
it with Rio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I think getting that map out would be like a viable move, just because terminal, it's such a coin flip.
Yeah.
On hardpoint, search and destroy. I don't think it's that bad personally. Like maybe that's I don't know, a controversial take. I don't think it's like the worst on there, but hardpoint, I like the hills. Like the hill rotations and everything are good. I don't think there's any inherently bad hills, except maybe the burger one's a little bad, but they fixed it. It's not as bad anymore on the new patch.
And I don't like the one in the middle of the map.
Oh, the
Like
P1?
bottom of the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that one I would agree with. That one's kind of that's not an ideal one.
Yeah, I just don't like how terminal. You need to run 4 ARs for the most part.
Yeah.
On that map because it's just so wide open.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that. I need a variety. Like I find myself lately, I switch between an AR and a sub based on hills way more in this game.
Yeah.
Than I did like any other Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because I knew, again, in MW2, I would just pick, all right, I'm running the TAC or I'm running the VAS the entire game. And I could get away with that, which not even get away. That's what should happen.
Yeah.
And it's super frustrating that, you know, the MCW, I'll say it like that's the best. It's the best gun in the game. I think ARs have the world in this game, and subs are getting destroyed. And the Rival 9, you just can't compete on terminal. If you're playing against good people, it's really hard to be a sub on terminal. And certain hills, it makes sense, like the P1, that makes sense. Maybe P3.
Yeah, and Dreams.
Yeah, and Burger.
Yeah.
But
If you're playing close on Burger.
Yeah. And you staying on the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think now in this COD, like I've started to do that a lot more now. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do though. A lot of people don't run an AR and then pick up a sub or vice versa. Because like you said, in this game, I notice it a lot where there's hills and moments like situationally where you'll need to switch more. Granted, the MCW is kind of a do-it-all gun right now. Like it is really good. But you said there's certain hills where you'll lose gunfights solely based off the gun.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to kind of get into that mode of like, okay, I'm going P1 on terminal. Like I need to use the rival.
Yeah.
You know, or like playing like, I don't know, Karachi. Like if I'm playing P1 Karachi, like depending on what I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I'm going to need the sub here. You know, like if I'm going to be watching the lanes in P1 Karachi, I want to be using that, you know. Same thing, even watching like up on top AC.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I want to use that stuff.
It's I don't agree with it. I think it's annoying because in MW2, like I said, I always just switch between attack and the VAS depending on the 3 other players.
Yeah.
And I always knew you were probably running the VAS, so I would just see if the other 2 players ran attack or not.
Yeah.
And this game, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just use of MCW.
Right.
And I'll switch to the Rival 9 every now and then based on the hill just to be quicker.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating because the people that we've played with and played like against and stuff, they use the MCW like it's a sub, and they're just like you said, they're plays where you get outgunned because you're trying to be cracked with an AR when you probably should have had a sub in your hand.
Right.
Like I'm thinking Karachi P2, like in the diner.
Yep.
People like slide cancel, do the snaking and shit, and they're using an MCW thinking if I run in with a Rival 9 and I just pop you like up front, you're gonna die.
Right.
You should die first.
Yeah.
But a lot of people use the AR right now like it's a sub, and yeah, it may work the majority of the time, but I would say it's always those key moments when it won't work for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if there's a dire situation on that P2 Karachi where you got to break the hill, the Rival 9, like if you're nice with it, you will always beat that MCW player.
Yeah.
And it's those moments where I've lost a game because of that, where I'm like, dude, if I just had my sub, like I would have been good and I would have won that gunfight, you know? Again, that's like one of my excuses. It's like, that's the only reason I lost.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I didn't have the Rival 9. But yeah, I noticed it a lot more with this game that this is something that you need to be cognizant of.
Yeah, this game's so much more situational. It's
Yeah.
all situational at the end of the day, but you know, we were talking about ranked, we'll go into it. I think people they play to stat pad and try to be the superstar all the time, and they're just playing super cracked with the MCW when I don't think you need to all the time. Like our buddy that we play with, he plays really quick with that, very very quick, and is way more cracked than both of us, I would say, with the AR. And I don't think you need to do that all the time, because if I like main an AR the whole time, you see me on the map, like I'm quicker, but I'm definitely a lot slower than I would be with a sub.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching over you, watching like every single cut.
Yeah. And I think that play style on a lot of maps, that definitely favors, you know, like when you just play that way, especially if you're not somebody like, I mean, neither of us are inherently cracked players. We're too old for that now.
Yeah.
And I think part of it too is just our play style. Like we've shifted to this more conservative, more cerebral way of playing, which I think has benefited us a lot. Like, yeah, I definitely, and I know you do too. Like we have those moments where, yeah, we're popping off and we're just like, dude, just go. Like you're on one. But I think after watching so much professional Call of Duty, realizing that, okay, my strategy of just running in and going crazy is not going to work all the time, you know? And in fact, it's going to cost a lot more times than it is going to work out, you know? That's why like some of the best players in the world who are those cracked subs, that's why they're so good, is because they're the opposite of that. They play like that all the time, but the chances of them winning and making big plays is like 90%.
Yeah.
You know, where us, it's like 25%.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can't bank on that.
There is a right way to play like that.
Yeah.
But again, there's a reason why those guys are pros and we're not.
Yeah, we're
right?
in like gold. Like
Shotzi, Pred, like Snoopy on Boston, they can get away playing cracked because they're pros, first of all. But also, there's a method to the madness, you know? They're not just running around everywhere, like not thinking about where their teammates are, you know?
Right.
They're running correct routes the majority of the time, and they're just getting all these kills. When I would say people in ranked, like we're getting these kills, and then we're running some random ass route that's gonna impact spawns for our teammates and just flipping us, causing like wacky spawns. And yeah, maybe you got like an extra 2-3 kills, but now you just flipped us to the other side or something like that.
Right. Yeah, the gel, or like being able to communicate and work with a teammate or work with a team, I think that's for us, like as just players, we've gotten so much better at that. I mean, granted, like we were talking before we had started, like we just played so much together. That's the thing that is like irreplaceable. You know, like we know our tendencies. We are always like, I don't even look at the map sometimes to know where you are, but I just know I'm like, okay, like I'm going to be there for your trade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of a weird feeling.
Yeah.
And, or like I'll see where you're running and I'm just like, okay, I know what like route you're going to hit. And that just makes things easier for us. Whereas if you're playing like, you know, I mean, we talked about the rage of like solo queuing and ranked, which I'm sure, I mean, bro, you got to tell your whole Blender story, because I've had one already too. Like solo queuing and ranked, I mean, it's just a death sentence if you do it.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's
it is
hard in this
so hard. Especially at these low levels too. Like, you know, we're in like the, you know, was that like gold 2, gold 3 realm?
Yeah.
Like those people in there, it's such a mixed bag of people that are hard stuck there because they're getting smoked by people who shouldn't be there, or it's people who are just absolute morons and literally cost all the time.
Yeah. And so I played last night. I went 0-15 for the night. I was solo queuing.
That's a record, bro.
I was getting so mad, and I was frying. I was absolutely frying. And normally, like, you know, I know my limits, right? But you know those days where you just log on and like I'm good.
Yeah.
Like every game you're just on it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt last night.
The controller just feels different in your hand.
Yeah. And I'm frying. Teammates are not. And again, I'm not saying like it was all my teammates' fault, but I'm gonna say a lot of it was. Because the matchmaking, first of all, I don't understand it because I'm gold 2 right now, right? And for me, my excuse is because actually no, it's not really an excuse. I just haven't had the time to play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm level 9, and I'm going up against people that are level like 17 to 20 already. And if you're that level and you're in like Plat 3 and Diamond, they're matching up against me or on my team. Why are you at the bottom of the leaderboard, man?
Right.
Like you should be carrying my ass all the way up the Plat
Seriously.
to Diamond. And that's like when I get very frustrated because I'm like, theoretically, you should be better than me. You've been putting in so much more work than me. I am level 9 and I am gold. Please carry me.
Yeah. No, that's what I don't get either because like there's times that we played and I mean my blender story was me and our friend we were playing for like I think 3 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours. And I mean I lost track of how many games in a row we lost. I mean it was just I went and like at my desk. I was so pissed because the way we were losing. But again, to your point, like we were playing. I remember I was bugging about it because we're playing Diamond 3s. I'm like, why in the world are we ever getting matched up against these people? You know, and we were like gold 2. I think he was maybe gold 3 or plat 1. I'm like, I'm gold 2. The same thing. I was level 9. Now I'm level 10. I'm like, there's no excuse for me to facing anybody who's in Diamond 3. Like, bro, you put so much more time into this game. You are far better than me. And then we would actually do okay. But then there was like one game, remember, we just got annihilated. It was like 110 to 250 hardpoint. I'm like, yeah, bro, like, what is the game trying to do to us right now?
Yeah.
Why are you even bothering? Like, then they gave us some silvers. Like, they gave us, like, 2 silvers, a gold, and, like, maybe a gold 3 or something like that. And we won that game. That was our bounce back after, like, 2.5, 3 hours of playing. I'm like, okay, a normal lobby.
Yeah. And, again, I think we should just be paired up against, people within our level around there.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's fair. Because then you do get a mixed bag of people that have been like grinding the game playing. And then like we want new people to join ranked too, right? Like for you guys, if any of you have never played ranked because you've never been competitive or you want to get into it and you're just nervous, like you should play because that's how you get better. We don't want to push away, the people that are, because I have friends that they won't hop into ranked because they know they're just going to get shit on.
Yeah.
But the whole point of jumping into ranked is like you'll learn, you'll get better at it. And obviously that'll be like a mixed bag if you and I queue up, we have 2 of us and then 2 people that are brand new, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I understand that. But the fact that like you and I will be teaming together. We queue up. We get 2 new people. Then we're playing a 4 stack of like high plats or diamonds. That's just not fair.
No.
Like, thank you to the game for thinking that you and I are good enough to carry 2 other people on our backs and then beat a whole 4 stack. But odds are that's not going to happen.
No. Odds
are not in our favor. And it's super frustrating. Like, that happened to me yesterday when I was playing for the most part. I could tell, people that are in gold and stuff, they try to take it seriously. Some don't. They just give up. Like one guy just gave up after 2 rounds. We were down 0-2 in a control. I'm like, we can still win. These rounds are so close. But yeah, I went 0-15 last night. I'll give you guys a quick recap of a couple games. Right, I went playing Terminal S&D, went down 0-5 in the S&D, and one of my teammates going into round 6 got first blooded. He quit the game, or she. And I was like, oh, that's not that bad. At least I don't lose any SR now. Whatever. And then my teammates like clutched up. And we ended up bringing it to around 11, tied 5-5, 3v4. And I told you the whole situation, what happened with us. Basically, I got a wrong communication, and it messed us up. Died, and we lose 5-6. Enemy team starts trash talking, saying we suck. I don't even have that.
To the guys who almost got reverse swept
by
a 3 squad.
Yeah, my teammates were freaking out at him. I'm like, dude, I just don't have the energy right now. At this point, like I'm already like
right now with this.
I was probably like pushing midnight, and again, like I've worked the next day.
Yeah.
And again, guys, I was just trying to get 1 win. That's it, and I went 0-15.
That's like, always our thing. It's like, man, we could be on like a 5 streak of wins. We lose. We're like, okay, we got to do 1 more.
Yeah,
we got to end on a win.
Yeah. And I just didn't have that energy. I'm like, dude, I'm already like 8 or 9 games deep at this point already. Whatever. I don't lose any SR. So that was 1 loss. I lost a hard point on invasion. No, not Invasion. Sorry. Karachi and Skid Row. One was 248 to 250. Another one was like 242 to 250. And it was, we were talking about it. It was on the rotation on Skid Row to P2.
Yep.
Teammates didn't want to listen and help me on P2. They killed me. Enemy team killed me. They got it. We lose. And then on Karachi, again, it was the P2, the diner.
Right.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, guys, I need help. I have a sub. I need help. I can't watch everything. And I got double naded. Died.
Of course.
And then we lose because we can't break it because I have a good setup.
Yeah.
And then last game of the night, 0-14. Going into this, invasion control. My 3 teammates are all calming. You could tell they're just having a good time, right? Like, whatever. But my teammate was a diamond 1 on a 5 streak. I'm like, oh, carry me, please. We're winning. We're winning.
You got this.
And it was my last game. At this point, it's 1. I'm like, I have to get off.
Right.
I have to get off because I got to go to bed. And we go up 2-0 in the invasion. Easy. Like, I'm frying. The first round, I got 10 kills.
Oh, yeah.
And my teammates are hyping me up. They're like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be easy. Go up 2-0. Easy. I get a cruise. My teammate gets a cruise. I'm like, this is secured. Yeah. And go into round 3. We lose because
no big deal.
Whatever. People are just sprinting around.
Let's dial it back in.
Yeah. Going to round 4. We lose again. And I'm like, all right, guys, what the fuck are we doing? What is happening here? And they're getting like frustrated. They're getting checked.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck, man? Like, how am I dying? I'm like, no.
Nah.
And we still have these 2 cruises.
Yeah, okay.
In our back pocket.
You still got those.
And we go into round 5, and I'm telling them, like, guys, we're up 2-0. We're not losing this. These guys suck. And we're attacking, obviously, right?
Of course.
Because I told my teammates, let's just cap the points so then we can secure defense no matter what on our if we go round 5. But they're like, no, we don't. We're up 2-0. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. And guess what? Now we're attacking.
Yep, there you go.
Attacking round 5. We're hitting A, showers, to get that first. And I told them, all right, guys, I'm running through OP1, going to kill the guy laundry because I know there's going to be a guy there. And they're going to play 4-stack there. Like,
yep.
They did every single round because they knew that A is the hardest flag to cap on that map. And guess what? We killed 3. And I told them, I went and hid in laundry, and I told them, all 3 of you stack right now. I'm popping my cruise.
Yeah.
You should have this. I popped my cruise. One guy didn't listen to me, hopped out, went towards back gas, got ripped. And then another guy on hill, there are 2 on hill, he pushed out because he thought that he had to make a hero play because teammate died. Meanwhile, I'm in my cruise. I'm calling him out. I killed one mid-tank because he was coming from that way trying to pinch. Killed him. And as I get out of my cruise, one guy runs through rugs, kills me. And now I'm by my teammate is by himself on the hill. And, the enemy team's already respawning. Comes, kills him. We get 2 ticks on that. I'm like, all right, we're good. And now I'm telling him, like, let's push B. Let's just cap this. It's going to be easy. And teammates are just freaking out. Like, they're getting ripped off of the tank where B is. And I'm like, pop your cruise and just hover it. This guy did not know what hovering meant.
Right.
He popped it. I just heard the cruise.
Yeah, instantly down.
Yeah, and then he killed me and another teammate.
Oh, my God.
He killed
the guy's
us.
bugging. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, at this point, like, I hear the timers going down. It's like, you need to capture.
I was going to say, what the lives at this point? Do you remember?
We were down like 2 lives. So
okay.
it was still
doable,
close. Yeah, still doable. And I'm like, guys, take our time. We got it was like 45 seconds. Yeah. I'm like, just take your times. These guys suck. And I push up. I told 3 of them to push up to the tank. I'm going to go dark. I'm going to get 1 dark. Just wait. And, dude, this is what I'm saying. When I tell you to wait or when you tell me to wait, stay alive. We try our best, and we don't move because we
don't
trust we trust each other. And I told him, don't move. I'm going to get 2 because one guy was pushed up on a tank, and one guy was like in the arches to the right.
Right, yeah.
I killed the guy in the tank. 2 guys, they start running, and then the guy in the arches just pieces them.
Yeah.
And I slide out. I kill him, but now I have a 1v2 in front of me, and I'm just by myself
Right.
on B.
Yeah,
and at this point, it's
solo
like
stacking.
Yeah, at this point, it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah. These
I'm
guys
like-
still have to spawn in. They're got what castle spawn?
Yeah, they're spawning castle.
Yeah, they got to run
so
in.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then guess what? Icing on I get 2. I'm
Yeah, so
capping B.
you're going like rogue. You're
yeah,
godlike
yeah.
on this.
I'm capping B by myself. Teammate, I'm nading.
No.
Guess what? I get naded. Back to back. I get killed by the crews. Then I get naded. The guy's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude. And from that time, him nading me, the 3 are running to B, and the enemy team, they already spawned. And they just all get ripped, and we lose like that. They're like, what the fuck, man? I had no words.
Yeah, bro, I would have been fuming.
I told them, like, I don't know what I have to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have to do, guys. And they're like, one guy was like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you killed me 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Bro.
And
2.
like in crucial moments.
Yeah.
I'm nading over. Bro, throw that nade a little bit farther, dog.
A little bit. Well, yeah. And also, I got 2. Why are you
You should just be
nading?
running.
Yeah, just run.
No, I think I mean, bro, I'm sorry. That is, but we're going to.
I have that footage.
Yeah. I'll have to see that. When we play tonight, we'll get the first game will be a win. We got that unlocked. 100%.
At that point, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You're just going to play one game today and be like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah. I literally, I was mind blown. I told my teammates, I don't know what else I have to do, guys, because I fried that game.
I think it's like a huge way that people lose games in ranked is they don't fucking play the objective.
Yeah, they don't try to.
They don't. They just run around and try to get kills. And like you said, they want to make these hero plays. And there was a game, same thing I played on Invasion. And the whole reason that I remember the first round that we had, like we barely got any kills, but it was just the timing of when we got those kills. Like we did like a fast A hit. We're like, let's go run A. Okay, got it. We get 2. I'm like, fucking collapse. Like that's my new thing. Like whenever I'm playing with randos, I'm just like, collapse. Let's go. Let's like stack. And then there's 4 of us on the hill. I'm like, these guys are gonna be running at us. They're gonna suck. And then they gun them. I'm like, okay, we're good. Cap the point. You know, and I was like, thank God. But then there's been plenty of those games where we get 3, we get 4. I'm like, why are we not on the hill? Where are we right now?
Yeah,
we're off in Narnia, like just holding lanes. I'm like, dude, get your ass over here so we can stack this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm holding this. I'm like, you don't need to hold anymore. The job
down.
is done.
Yeah,
the job is
down.
over. Yeah, we got 3 down or 4 down. I'm like, you need to get over here and stack this point. People don't realize how fast that point goes up with 4 people on it. You know why? Because you never see it.
Yeah, and dude, that's so frustrating because
I mean, that's insane, bro. You get 2 and you get naded off. That's like, that's inexcusable.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, don't even apologize to me because you killed me the first time.
Nonsense.
I'm like, you just costed us so bad.
You don't even know how.
Just
bad.
on you, and you had a cruise.
Yeah, bro.
I thought you were helping me out, dude, and like you killed 2 teammates, and then you kill me.
Yeah.
Again, like after somehow I got 2, and I was just getting so mad. And then I signed off. I'm like, I can't do it again.
No, dude, I was gonna say, like, I mean, kudos to you for making it through 15 games. Like, bro, I would have gotten through 7 or 8 and I would have been like, no.
At 7 or 8, it was like midnight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna win 1. That's what I had in my head.
Yeah.
These games are so close. I'm gonna win 1. And I just want to get back to the point where I was starting the night. Because I'm not I didn't, obviously. And it got to 12:30. I'm like, it's already 12:30. Like, I can get 1.
Right.
Then it's 1 o'clock. I'm like, all right, well, it's already chalked anyways. I might as well just play.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like right now, at least, like my SR is definitely slowed down a bit. But for us, like we'll lose maybe 20 SR or so, like somewhere around there, 20, 30 SR, give or take. But say you lose 4 games in a row, but if you win 1, you can get upwards of like 150, 160, you know? So it's like, okay, if I lose, 5, 6 games, but I win 1 or 2, like I'm still could be positive.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll make,
once we get up into the plats, like plat 2, plat 3, and like then up into diamond, like, bro, it's going to be tough because it's going to be, we're going to win 30, 40 SR and then we're going to be losing that. So it's like, man, you got to go like, you got to try to go positive for the night to make any progress.
Like based off of MW2, like you and I we stopped getting like triple digits around like the diamond That's unless you had like a pop off game. Like the highest we would get in diamond is like 80, 90 SR.
Yeah.
But like right now, the game's telling me get out of gold. Get out of gold. I'm losing these games, and like that game that I fried, I lost 8 SR.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the game.
Okay,
like,
thank you for not punishing me
for
losing, but yeah, like you said, I'm not losing a lot. Yeah, there are games where I lost 30 at most.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if I win a game, like you said, I'm winning like 160 to 180 SR every single game that I've won. Every time like I played with you and our friend, I'm winning well over 100 every single time.
Yeah. I mean, like right now, like I'm not too worried about rank just because like, I mean, we're going to be obviously playing for like the next couple of days because by the time this episode comes out, it's already going to be season 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing this on the 5th. So we only had a couple of days left. Like we don't got the time to be grinding out like insane levels or anything. I think both of us have like I know I hit 250. I'm sure you did hit 250. You're like 248, 249. Like you're pretty.
I hit it last night.
Yeah,
for my 15 games.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Yeah, because now with season 2 coming out, like that's gonna be the big time to be grinding out. Or like getting a full season of ranked.
Yeah, because we have time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we should have time.
Yeah,
I feel like January we just.
January we're just so busy, and you know. So now we got actual time to go play. And again, getting a full season to play, which will be good. So we did see a couple of things, like talking about like the last thing, like main thing was the roadmap for season 2. And this thing is jam fucking packed.
Yeah,
like,
season 2 is good,
crazy.
And it's funny because season 1, when we saw the roadmap for that, we were like, "Whoa, this is the most content we've ever had."
Yeah.
Season 2, it's the same, if not more. It's definitely more for multiplayer, which I'm always for.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting 6 new multiplayer maps.
I believe
6 total.
6. I was gonna say one of them is Operation. Was that Tin Man?
Yeah.
Which is a war mode. But yeah, then we're getting other maps. We're getting Stash House. We're getting Vista, Departures. We're getting DOS House Remastered. Interesting. And then we're getting Skid Row, which is a variant of Skid Row. And then Airborne, which is a variant of, I don't know what map that is. Airborne, what that's supposed to be. I can't quite tell looking at it. But it's 2 variant maps. Then we're getting that remake from DOS House is what, Vanguard? DOS House, the Vanguard one, like with all like the wood and stuff.
The wood, yeah. DOS House.
Yeah.
That I like that map for just grinding.
That's a good camo map.
And there's there's not gonna be any wood.
Yeah, I know. So. Thank God. Yeah, no doors, none of that stuff. There's gonna be doors, but no like broken wood and everything. So, but we're getting 3 brand new maps. Yeah, Stash House, Vista, and Departures. I'm really excited for this. I mean, I'm excited for all the maps, but dude, the 3 maps, like Stash House, from what I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen too, like that map looks really good.
Yeah, I'm just dude, 3 maps in 1 season.
I know, bro.
We usually only get 1.
Yeah, I know. Like
so this is awesome.
Like season 1, we just got Rio, right? That was the only map.
No, we got Greece.
Yeah,
Greece,
Rio and
Greece
Rio and Greece.
Yeah.
Did we get another one?
Yeah.
What was the map?
Meat. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Meat though very much. Like Meat's like, I don't know if it's in the rotation a ton.
It is. Well, I think a big part of it is like you and I aren't playing pubs.
Yeah.
Like we just haven't been playing really.
Yeah.
Like when you hop on, you're probably like playing a game of pubs and then you hop in with your buddy to play ranked.
Yeah.
And like I've only been hopping on at night.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, I know that Meat was kind of thrown into that category, like I'm sure DOS House is as well, where it's going to be kind of like the gimmick map where they may make a playlist. Like they're going to do DOS House 24/7, I'm sure.
I'm sure they'll do 24/7 for the new maps too. They always do that.
Yeah. But no, these maps look really good. It's going to be interesting to see too, like, touching it, see if they come into ranked, because I know that Rio map, they've talked about it. And Stash House as well. Stash House looks really good. I haven't seen as much on Vista and Departures, but they do look really good.
Yeah, I know the pros they're testing out Greece right now too.
Yeah.
And again, that'd be great because Treyarch has made it known that they're listening to pros like GAs and stuff, and that'd be great to add like a couple more maps in the rotation. But I'm excited for like all the multiplayer stuff because we haven't gotten this much content in multiplayer. Like this is back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, and that's what at the end of the day we just want. I mean, we talk about it. You pay $70 for a game, you want a lot of content.
Yeah.
And so far with these seasons that you can just buy with the COD points that they give you throughout the season, they're delivering.
yeah,
On all fronts, minus the zombies.
yeah. No zombie updates. In
Yeah,
this.
that was a surprise for me. I mean, they've got like a whole bunch of stuff for Warzone, and then again for multiplayer. But yeah, for the zombies, like they have some small like what is it? Some like
Just
new
like
Dark
missions.
Ether rift,
Yeah.
like mission for Modern Warzone and for like Horde Hunt, like random stuff. But regarding the actual story of zombies, I don't think they've really done much with it.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, something's gonna come for zombies. Personally, I really don't think they're gonna do one big update. Cause I mean, I don't know. I'm not a dev, but I'd imagine what they have in zombies right now. It's so like replayable, and I don't know what else you can add into zombies every single season. Like a small little update that'll make it more exciting.
Yeah.
You know, feel like with zombies, that type of thing where there's so much replay value already in it. You make one really big update like halfway through the year or something, and it, I don't know, changes the map, changes the scene, something like that, adds to the major story. Because I feel like if you add little updates throughout the season, each season, it might not be as like monumental as, you know, people may think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think what they want, or what I would imagine what they would want, is there's going to be a huge shift where you're like, whoa, when you go into it, it's totally different. Or at least there's just a lot that's changed, and then having like a whole new fleshed out story.
Yeah, like a new story, like they add a new main storyline or a new Easter egg or something.
Yeah.
Because again, like you and I, we haven't touched zombies, and I want to. There is a storyline to it.
Yeah.
There's a whole storyline to it, and I know, you know, YouTubers that like we watch and stuff, they enjoyed it. They love it.
Yeah.
Like for the OGs, like Optic Big Timer, that dude hasn't played COD in so long, and out of nowhere he just tried zombies and he loved it.
Yeah, oh, really?
And he was just, yeah, like if you check his channel, he went on a streak of just posting zombie videos.
Oh, really?
Like doing Easter eggs, like just grinding it out, and like solo queue.
Yeah.
Like he was having so much fun doing it. And I'm like, okay, this zombies like is good. You and I just need to spend the time to like grind it out, because it is a grind. Because I've seen like his thumbnails, he's like fighting this boss or whatever and whatnot, and those are the main, like, you know, story points, I'd imagine. I'm sure people listening can probably give us a better description of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you and I, we do want to play it. We just have to find the time to. Again, there's too much content right now.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. And I like in zombies, I've always liked, you know, kind of modes like this where there is like a greater thing to be grinding out for. But man, it is hard to compete with just classic zombies too.
Oh yeah, I
know?
totally agree.
Like I love that mode so much, just, you know, having it be a really chill thing to go hop in and play. And there is a grind aspect to it if you want to, but it's not undoable, or like you have to sacrifice tons of time off of multiplayer or Warzone in order to achieve it.
Yeah, I think with zombies, when the next game that's coming out is Treyarch, right? And they're definitely doing round-based zombies. They definitely own that.
There's no way they don't.
Yeah, they're definitely going to do that. I think they're going to do something with the zombies now and loop that story into round-based. So I want to, like, I don't know anything about the story, about these characters, any of the Easter eggs, like nothing about it.
That's what I would like to. I would like there to be a continued story throughout all of them, because the zombies timeline does get insanely confusing.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
You know, like those, I've watched those videos before, not like, you know, really hard, but I've watched them in the background where I'm playing some other game, like the zombies iceberg, or like, you know, the zombies, the story so far. And they're like 2.5 hour long videos. I'm like, yeah, you probably need to do that.
Yeah.
You know, with all these different timelines and different characters and how they all link up, like it gets really complicated. But yeah, I do like the zombies mode right now. It is a bummer that they haven't done anything to it. And I would think that they're going to do something with it later on. Like they are going to keep adding to it. But that's just always the hardest part, right? Is nobody can 100% confirm that, you know?
Yeah.
Like unless we heard from Sledgehammer saying like, don't worry, season 2 Reloaded, there's going to be a big zombies update. Then people will be like, all right, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You and I need to hop on zombies at some point.
Yeah, bro.
We just need to find that, like, grind it. Because it was fun when we played it.
Yeah.
And I think if we had objectives and missions that we wanted to do, it's going to be fun.
We'll have to sacrifice a day of playing. Playing ranked.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it would just be a day. It's probably more time because we got to be dedicated to like one or the other.
Yeah,
it's hard to take us away from ranked.
Legit play like 8 hours of just zombies.
Yeah, no, dude, literally.
Yeah, that's what we'd have to do.
I want to fight like some of the bosses.
Yeah, I know. It looks sick. I remember that time we went to that zone 3 area or level 3 area and got absolutely fried.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, there's ways to hang there,
and there are Easter eggs.
Yeah,
that you can do.
That's where it all is.
Yeah,
it's all in on that inside part.
Yeah,
there. It's just like you gotta be ready to go there.
Yeah, and I think there is a time limit to it because I was watching one of Big Timer's videos and he was saying that I think it's like 45 minutes when you like load in and stuff, and then you get an extra 15 if you don't exfil like the first time. Then the circle or gas whatever starts like closing in on you, and you have an extra 15 minutes, but. He was saying it's really hard. Like, it's actually difficult to get the Easter eggs, like, done. Like, the stuff you want to do within that time limit. And he was saying that's what he loves.
Yeah.
Because it is a challenge. Like, you have to be perfect at what you do. Because if you mess up, like, every second counts in that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he did it by himself, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's admirable. You can do it.
Yeah. So, I think that'd be really fun for us to try and do. Because, you know, if we're not... round-based zombies can just go on forever and forever, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point, all of us decide, all right, how do we want to like go out?
Right.
They just want to die eventually.
Right.
But with this, the good thing is there is an end. It's an exfil.
Yeah. I really like the exfil in zombies. Like, I think that, you said, it just gives a level of finality to playing. Because, like you said, it always sucked when you'd be, well, it sucked, but you'd be, 30, 40 rounds in zombies, and you're like, all right, I'm tired. Like, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, yeah. And you're not working towards anything anymore. Like, you got everything done already.
Yeah.
In this, it's like, okay, maybe this is what's crazy. You do the Easter egg, you finish it, but now you still have to exfil, and you're already on the hardest like difficulty at this point. Like, zombies are flying at you. You got like a bunch of monsters running at you, but you still have to exfil. And if you don't exfil, you'd lose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of pressure.
And by that point
awesome.
too, like how many exfil stations are actually left?
Exactly,
because it's closing in. So it's like it's not like you can just kind of cheese your way out. Like you run out to like the super level 1 easy area and then just be an absolute tank and fight those guys. It's like, no, you gotta still like put up a good fight. And then like I said, if you die like while you're exfilling, bro, I'd be so checked.
And you lose everything too.
That would be
you
insane.
lose it.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
That just sounds so much fun.
Yeah,
when you get to that point,
the high stakes,
the chaos. Yeah. So it's definitely something I think you and I should do at some point because we're not deep into zombies, but we at least follow the story. Yeah. There is a storyline at the end of the day, and we haven't played it.
You know what's going to be the move, though, bro? Is if we go and play zombies, but we're playing with Michonne and Rick Grimes as our characters, bro. That would be like the perfect.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, you saw this, right? That they're going to be the new operators during the battle pass. What do you think about this?
I think this is a cool collab.
Me
because
too.
It definitely, I don't know, it sounds really planned. Zombies, all of a sudden The Walking Dead's like with them.
Yeah, right?
They collab, they're going to do something.
Yeah.
I think. I have a hunch with that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that I want to hear that, Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
If he's saying that or whatever.
Right.
But it's cool. I'm glad that they're putting out these cool collabs early in the game. Because I know in MW2 we talked about it. Why are you putting collabs like the boys, like the super cool skin at the end of the season? Like, it's season 6 already. Now you're putting this out, or like adding like Snoop Dogg or Nicki Minaj, like all the way at the end when these should be announced in season 1, season 2.
Right.
Get people in.
Yeah. No, this is definitely the move now. Like adding these guys early in, so people maybe if they're falling off, they feel this like excitement. They want to go and try to play through the battle pass to unlock him. So I think it's cool that they had that. I saw that they're having some other event too. It's called The Walking Dead: Fear of the Living. I don't know exactly what's in that. I don't know if you know.
It's I'm sure it's like an event in zombies that you have to do. You have to complete like missions and stuff because they do like weekly events in MW3. But I'm sure it's like a campaign launch for the Walking Dead. If you follow The Walking Dead and the Walking Dead universe, the show is obviously over. But The Walking Dead is like breaking out into separate shows now, like mini series of like different characters. So I'd imagine that this is a big, it's part of their campaign, launching that. So getting more exposure for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like only thing is Rick Grimes and Michonne, they're gonna cost like $25 to like buy them, and that's hefty.
Yeah, I'm all set with that.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
That was always the worst part for me, bro.
Yeah,
it's the paywall.
Like I would buy Rick Grimes if if I just got Rick.
Yeah. But then you gotta buy everything else.
Yeah, I gotta buy everything else. Yeah, I don't want to pay $25.
It's like if Rick cost me $8, $10, I'll pay it.
Yeah, I definitely would for like $10.
Yeah, 25 though.
25 is steep.
Yeah,
that's a really.
We'll have to see what else they include in there. Yeah,
they
have some extra stuff.
I mean, I'm sure his revolver. We're gonna get like a variant.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Or the Magnum. Yeah,
might be cool.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a cool like finisher with him.
That would be sick. Yeah, if you get a cool finisher, I would like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like Negan. Well, actually, no, I'm not surprised.
Can you imagine with the baseball bat?
Yeah, that'd be a cool finisher.
Be insane. Yeah, and be an insane melee weapon too. Running around with the barbed wire bat.
Yeah,
yeah.
Maybe they'll add that as a melee weapon.
Yeah, no, that would be. But something too I wanted to touch on before we wrap is I saw that in the weapons, like they've got some new weapons coming, which they've got the BP-50, the Ram 9. SOA Subverter, and then some Soul Render, looks like some like Excalibur type shit, but they're bringing in the Ninja Vest. I thought this was kind of like, I don't know, it like kind of snuck under the radar. I'm really excited about this. First off, that we're actually getting like another piece of utility or like body stuff to wear, but I wonder how much this is going to change the fact that there's going to be an actual Ninja Vest now in here.
Yeah, it's different in COD, right? Like for people that don't know, like not utility, like the vest, the perks and stuff.
Yeah,
like it's all based off of stuff that you have, like gloves, boots, all that.
Yeah.
And from my knowledge, I don't remember any time where they've added a new like perk. I guess.
Yeah.
Into like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like not midway, but through the season.
Yeah. No, I haven't remember it either. I mean, that's why I was surprised. Like when you look at the roadmap, it's just like a tiny little thing in the bottom. I'm like, dude, this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if that really changes much up from like how we play, like if it's going to work its way into ranked, if it's going to be like a worthwhile thing if you're playing search and destroy and all that. But
yeah, does it let you carry like another tactical?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the full like specifics.
I have to go look it up
on the Ninja Vest, but like. Yeah, I mean, if it promotes Dead Silence, because we already have Dead Silence, I mean, that'd be good. But,
yeah, I mean, like, are you going to go look it up right now? Yeah, because the thing that, like, in this game that's not as bad, like, this would be a huge deal back in, like, MW2, but for this right now, it's not as bad because, and I'm sure you noticed too, like, the footsteps in this game are not so bad that this is going to be, like, an absolute game changer, but maybe it could, I don't know. It may be something to use like when you're playing search and destroy, or if there is some other secondary thing that you get from it, like if you do get an extra tactical or lethal, then it may be worthwhile. But
yeah, it's described as a silent melee and throwing weapon specialist. In simple words, a Ninja Vest perk suppresses your footstep sounds while walking or even running, just like Dead Silence perk. Okay, so it's just another form that's interesting.
Yeah, because like if you were running that, but then you have trophy as your like your utility.
Yeah,
like is that going to be something that people can do?
Yeah, I mean it feels like it's just switching. You can choose to run covert boots, but you're running like infantry vest, so then you can get like the longer tack sprint,
right? Or
you can use a ninja perk or ninja vest, and then use different boots, or something. It's a give and take.
A nice little shake up to add in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like overall, dude, like this season too, like I'm already excited for it. Like it's really nice to see that Sledgehammer's been putting out good stuff, and they're putting out a lot of stuff for us early on.
I'm laughing because I'm scrolling through now, and they literally said where is it? I just lost it. Oh, it said that the scenario is a bit different in the case of the covert sneakers perk. Like you can use different sneakers now,
Ah, okay.
so literally to replace like the sneakers if you don't want to use it.
Oh,
Just
gotcha.
opens up the door more for
Yeah.
different combinations.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I am looking at like where is this from? One Esports, so esports related. Obviously, this
Right.
could impact
It could.
the game more.
But we'll have to see when it comes out then, and then obviously like pros test it and all that. You know?
Yeah. Well, I wonder what would happen if you ran like Ninja Vest with covert boots and Dead Silence.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't even know how that would work.
I feel like that would just cover like you're just silent the whole time,
Right.
and it's probably not even like worth it.
No, I mean unless you're playing these people who I can't even imagine what their setup is on their headset
Yeah.
to be able to hear stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
they're like sound EQ to the max. That's the one combination that actually negates sound EQ.
Maybe. Yeah.
You know?
I feel like at that point, like you're just you're wasting a
wasting
slot.
slots,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could be doing something else, like putting a
Yeah.
different. I mean, like I might try it.
Yeah, I'll try it out a little bit,
Like
see how
if
it
it's
is. If it's viable.
yeah, replace the infantry vest because infantry vest is good for like longer attack sprint.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have this ninja vest, replace covert sneakers with like lightweight.
Yeah.
You can run faster, but now you're silent.
Right.
Or have the stock. I love the stalker boots on the AR, but
Oh, me too.
it's just you're loud.
Yeah. Now that is.
But
the only-
now you could have
you could have the
the
ninja
vest, yeah.
and it might be a good combo.
yeah. We'll see.
We'll have to see. But yeah, man, I mean, like, closing out on that, like, that's our unfortunate rank experience, which is resetting.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll see with season 2 when it comes out in the next episode. We'll give a rundown of how it's going. And we'll definitely test the ninja stuff. To see
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's good to be back after like a month of
Hell
basically
yeah,
not
bro. It's good to be back.
recording.
Yeah, I
recording
know,
in the
right?
usual place.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to our normal schedule.
Yeah. It's like I get out of work on Monday, I head here.
Yeah.
Like, man, I haven't done that forever.
Yeah.
And I like it. But yeah, man, I think that'll do it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode 156 of the COD Casuals podcast. Again, we're going to be on anchor.fm/COD Casuals for all platforms to go check them out, as well as on YouTube. So be sure to go check out the video there, as well as going to our Instagram and TikTok for short form if you don't want to go and listen to the whole episode. And then, of course, follow us on Twitter, since that's where we're mainly posting and, catching up with everything COD and gaming related. And yeah, I think that's it.
5 stars.
5 stars. Always 5 stars. 4 stars? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We got time for that bullshit. But yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yep.
Cool. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to episode 156 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike,
I'm Justin.
and we'll see you guys later. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.